just got done watching Paramount Plus's Knuckles series, and yeah, it was pretty bad. And that kinda bothers me. I'm a die-hard Sonic fan, and the TV shows in particular always entertain me in different ways. I have a huge nostalgia boner when it comes to Sonic X. I love the Sat AM series. The Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog is an incredibly fun cartoon to watch. And Sonic Underground? To be honest, I haven't really watched that show in a long time, so I don't really remember my thoughts on it. And I think Sonic Boom has some amazing writing and animation. And with Sonic Prime, while not being the best Sonic show in my opinion, it actually tried something very different and unique, and I really respect that. The point I'm trying to make here is that aside from Sonic Underground, there's something I like in every Sonic show. So when I say that this show in particular is really bad, I really mean it. I think I'll probably get to the only good things about this show out of the way: the CG animation and the action scenes. The CG animation is surprisingly really good and about on par with the movies in terms of quality. And I'm a sucker for Sonic action scenes, so of course I'm gonna like them. But if I'm being honest, aside from those two factors, the rest of the show is just really bad. I don't really know where to begin, honestly, when it comes to talking about the bad stuff. Well, I think one of the biggest issues is that despite this series being called Knuckles, it's not actually about Knuckles. Knuckles is kind of just along for the ride. The story actually revolves around Wade Whipple, a human side character from the Sonic movies who had barely any screen time or any significance. He was kind of just the comedic relief human character. Having the show not be about Knuckles when the show is literally called Knuckles is just the start of my problems with the show, because this leads into my next problem: the inconsistent tone and incredibly bad writing. This show's writing is just so painfully bad. There were a few jokes that I did find myself having an occasional chuckle at, but a lot of the times I found myself just cringing at how badly it's written and how forced in it is. My mentality when it comes to comedy is to let it flow naturally. When you constantly try to force in a joke at every moment, especially in moments that are supposed to be perceived as serious, it comes off as painfully unfunny, and the Knuckles show is chock full of that stuff. And this creates a tone issue. I found myself at many moments being mentally confused. There were a lot of moments where I genuinely could not tell if I was supposed to take it seriously or take it as a joke, because the show doesn't really create a fine line for what's supposed to be comedic or serious. Take this scene from the trailer, for example. Knuckles is about to punch the bad guy and he blocks the attack and he says,
"Do I look like I need your power?"
Which I think is a powerful line that pays homage to the original line said by Knuckles in the Sonic 2 trailer. This would have been such an epic moment, but then this bitch just comes in saying this shit.
What are you talking about? Of course we need his power. It's the whole reason we're here.
And that's just the clip from the trailer. In the actual show, they just keep dragging it on, which is another issue this show has with its jokes. They drag on. It has the, what I like to call the, haha, did you get it effect? An effect where the joke continuously drags on, making you viewers laugh at the joke whether you like it or not. But I digress. The thing that made this moment really piss me off is that it could have been an epic moment, but they just have to insert their stupid jokes into the mix. It creates an inconsistency with the tone that really bothers me, because there were legitimately some moments that I thought were pretty good at first. Then they tell a joke and it completely ruins it for me. And the story just does not make any fucking sense at all. So like, these are these gun agents who work for the lab assistant who had a history of working with Eggman, and they want to get all of Knuckles' power for a large chunk of change. Meanwhile, we have Wade Wimble, who wants to win a bowling contest, but he's often perceived as a joke, and he wants to be taken seriously like an actual warrior. And look, I don't think that's a bad idea, as long as it's told well. I mean, look at Kung Fu Panda, that's basically what the entire movie is about. But this show doesn't really do a good job at telling that story, because like I said, the writing is terribly inconsistent. But yeah, I think I'll end my rant here, because I'd be here all day if I were to get into an in-depth analysis as to why this show sucks. All in all, I just found this show to be very disappointing for a Sonic show, especially as a spin-off to the movies, because I honestly really love the movies. But this is the first piece of Sonic movie media, and Sonic shows in general, where I genuinely did not enjoy myself. Give it a watch if you want, it's on Paramount Plus, but honestly, you would not be missing out on anything by skipping this. I'm the Loweton17. Thanks for watching.